I'm Alan Silverman. I'm a producer, recording engineer, and mastering engineer here in New York City. I've been fortunate to do just about anything that you can do in the field of audio. You learn something new every day, and it just never ceases to be fun and exciting. My entire career in recording engineering evolved from my attraction and obsession with music. And then I began to pursue engineering, beginning as a technician at Electric Lady. My first day at work, we had the Rolling Stones in Studio C, Hall & Oates in Studio B, and AC/DC in Studio A. So that's a pretty good first day of work, and I eventually evolved from studio work to mastering. Basically, the mastering engineer somehow can take a finished product and finish it further to where you bring the listener closer to the performance. You bring out qualities in that mix that are there, but maybe not quite as apparent. And it's sort of a magical thing because even the artists themselves can then rediscover their own work. I love teaching. I've always loved teaching. I'm an adjunct professor at New York University in two departments, the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music. Highly selective program, just an absolute thrill and an honor to be teaching there. That's an undergrad program. I also teach grad students at Steinhardt, another NYU department in the School of Music and Performing Arts Professions. I'm just wowed by the talent that's coming up in the younger generation.
I think of my graduate school journey as a set of stories. Being a new transplant in this town, I started just meeting people. My chiropractor and I had a really good relationship, and she's like, oh my God, you should meet Jason.
I remember distinctly that I played her Maggie Tate, who was the second Melisande, coached by Debussy. So she is a direct link to Debussy and what he wanted, and she was in tears.
It changed the way I think about listening to music. And just that experience alone was really transformative for me. And actually, I think that's part of the reason why I became so interested in mastering engineering, because mastering engineering has such a focus on that really high quality audio, to hear all of the intricacies and little tiny details to make music just so. And that next semester I was looking for some internship opportunities, and Alan Silverman, who has a renowned reputation in our program in mastering in music in general, had put out an email blast saying, hey, I'm looking for interns. It's like, I want that.
She's a trained classical singer, and her singing was so soulful. To be a good engineer, you need to be an artist at heart. You need to think like an artist, not like a technician. And she just ticked off all the boxes, and I brought her on, and she loved being at the studio. She would say, I'm just so excited. And then COVID hit, and we went to remote.
It's been a wild ride. The pandemic really, for us students, put a lot of constraints in how we study and what we can get out of the program.
We share our screens, and we use a separate application to transmit high quality audio. We don't use the Zoom audio for that. You'll see that the peak has a flat top. So it allows you to just specifically raise a part of the vocal range and keep that range intact. So everything from here to here is not really altered. The only difference is that we're not in the same room experiencing an amazing playback system in that room. I'm in my place with, DCS Bartók, for example, and Ayla might be in her place with something, many levels of magnitude below that. But, we managed to get the job done still,
I've learned so much from Alan. He is so detail-oriented.
I liken what we do to cracking a safe. You're working on the music, you're sort of adjusting tonality and range and texture, and then suddenly the safe opens and there's the jewels. There's that moment when you get these goosebumps that we look for in work. Here in New York City, we have the Woolman Rink. It's a skating rink in Central Park, and it's a New York tradition. I consider it like a mandala, like a human mandala. And I was there some years ago, and I heard this gorgeous rendition of Let It Snow with a gorgeous female voice. The image was so beautiful that it just brought a tear to my eye. And it wasn't until halfway through the song that I recognized, hey, wait a minute, that's Judy Collins. That's a song that I recorded and mixed. And here it is as part of this gorgeous scene of humanity, and it's just sounding amazing. And maybe people aren't listening, but the beauty of that music is affecting them. You know, it's influencing them. They're hearing it, they're feeling it, even if not consciously. So it just seemed like a whole coming together of karma and spirituality and music and history and humanity. And I think music and mastering covers all of that, because we're working on the feel of music. It's just a blessing to have fallen into it and to be able to earn your daily bread from it. So, and my gratitude goes to the musicians and to the makers, the makers of the tools that allow us to do this work.